y'all, it's my review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 11. So the ladies are going to Ojai. They just get right into it. This trip is facilitated by Kyle, and it's for Anne-Marie's birthday. I still think it was odd that Anne-Marie was introduced in the middle of the season because I think it didn't do her any favors. Like, it looks like they're about to film the reunion already, and there's probably maybe 4 or 5 episodes left, and I still don't really know who Anne-Marie is. Because I'm like, why are these ladies celebrating her birthday? This is only like her 3rd time with the group. Kyle's just hoping for a drama-free gathering this time. Did she know what show she signed up for? We're with the Beverly Hills freaking frack, Sutton and Garcelle. They're headed to Kyle's, and they're just talking about Taco Tuesday. And also Garcelle's telling Sutton about her dinner with Dorit in that last episode. Garcelle said they hashed it out, but she tells Sutton, I'm just moving past it. Also, side note, y'all, this is a pretty light episode. It was kind of giving filler energy. That's the reason why I took my time getting to it. So all the ladies arrive at Kyle's, except for Erica. She won't be going because she got COVID. So this is just the main cast, no friends of going. Even though I wouldn't mind if Kim or Camille went. Denise, she can still stay her ass home. So the ladies are in the Sprinter, and Sutton is just so giddy to let the ladies know that she went on a date. And the guy asked her for a second one. And the first thing she says, well, he has a job. Look, dating as you get older is just bare minimum these days. I literally just posted this on my Instagram. Like, it's romantic to me if a ninja just make time. That's all. Just make time to see me. The bare minimum. Like, if you have time to see me, that's romantic to me. So Kyle's letting them know what they're gonna do. They're gonna do some shopping, of course. They're gonna split into 2 groups, and they're gonna have their wine tasting. Ojai looks beautiful. This is some shit that I would do in my old age of 38. It looks so peaceful and cozy. Any of my subscribers that live in Cali, can you please give me like a little background of Ojai, like what it's like, what's the demographic? Do you recommend that I go? Let me know in the comments. All right, so they finished their shopping. Of course, Kyle shopped the most, and at least we didn't see anyone pay with a chime card this time around. So now they're all headed to the wine vineyard. It's all so pretty, like the landscape, the charcuterie spread, the wine setup. It's just giving luxury. So in Kyle's confessional, she's saying that she hasn't been connecting to LA a lot, and she just loves being outside. And then we see photos of her in Aspen and like out by the river and stuff. She says when Portia finally leaves the nest, then she might think of moving outside of LA to something that's conducive to what she likes to do. I really do feel like we're starting to see a different Kyle. For my Beverly Hills watchers who've been with the show since season 1, have y'all seen evolution in Kyle? I think I have. So the ladies are all at lunch, and here we go. We about to play a game. I mean, already, when you hear let's play a game on Housewives, it's either gonna be about sex, lesbonics, or both. All right, Sutton just licked Kyle's toes. They're all getting along right now. They're screaming like middle school girls. So then we get to your best orgasm phase. So a question about the husbands. What's appropriate communication with women on social media? I mean, clearly this was planted by Kyle. And shocker, Kyle says she hates when Mauricio does that. Cut to her confessional. She says Mauricio gets a lot of DMs from women and they don't care. Like I said, can she just please be more transparent? Is you getting a divorce or not? Do y'all have an open arrangement like Jada and Will? You know, y'all always want to be together. Y'all have this respect. But y'all gonna get some on the side if y'all want. I don't care what they do. Live your life, but just be honest. Honest. Just be honest. Own it. Isn't that like the phrase on this franchise? So they bring the birthday cake to the table for Anne-Marie. I forgot she was at the table until I heard her voice, you know, the Mickey Mouse voice. You guys, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So then it's silent at the table, everybody eating cake, and then Kyle's like, would you ever date a woman? Just out of nowhere. Kyle is playing producer right now. I mean, hey, it's usually Garcelle. I'm glad Kyle's getting her chance now. It looks like Kyle just wanted to get that out to the table because she says she would date a woman. Garcelle says she would too. All the other ladies, they say no. So then Kyle's saying that she was on a trip with her other friends and scissoring came up. Now, how do some of these ladies at the table don't know what scissoring is? Were y'all that sheltered? Come on now. So then, Kyle, she was so excited to do a demonstration with Dorit. Because I'm wondering, how did we get here? So they are now reenacting scissoring on the grass. So they're continuing their game, and then the next one is the person has to put their tongue in the other person's mouth. I think Dorit read that, and then Sutton volunteers, and Sutton puts her tongue in Dorit's mouth. Kyle looks a little bit excited by this. She even pushes Sutton's head down onto Dorit's face. What am I watching? I mean, at least no one's arguing, but isn't that the reason why we tune in? So a little later, Kyle invites all the ladies to this charity/memoriam event for her friend that recently took her own life. Everyone is invited, and she says her friend/secret lover Morgan Wade is performing. So next scene, we're with Garcelle and her boys. Wow, they are giants now. Like, were they ever that taller than her? So this is a little cute scene. The gist of it is she's telling her boys about them going off to college and then, possibly trying to have the sex talk. Other than that, just a cute scene with her sons. Fast forward. Next scene, we're at Dorit and PK's residence, and we're about to see their couples therapy session. Now, my finger is on the fast forward button because this scene, when I remember watching the first time, was really drawn out longer than it needed to be. We cut to Dorit's confessional, and it seems that PK is rarely home. Sometimes he's gone for a week at a time to the point where she feels like a single mom. You can definitely see the chemistry has changed between them. She also brings up the home invasion, and she says that she just wished PK was there for her more. So they get started, and of course Dorit was the one that organized this, because it looked like PK don't give a shit. But she tells him that she thinks he doesn't understand the severity of her PTSD. PK responds that, well, he makes it seem like she uses the PTSD to hold that over his head. Ooh, he looks like she annoys the shit out of him. And I mean, Dorit annoys everybody around her, so I can only imagine being around her 24/7. So they're going back to that cringe Pretty Woman surprise birthday thing he gave for her, because they were even arguing during that, because during the surprise, she's like, my PTSD, where are my kids? I'm getting anxiety. And then she laid it on him at the dinner table, and she's like, do you understand that it takes a lot to get like this? I feel crazy for saying this, but I actually see PK's side, because he says, when is it PTSD? And then when is it just blending with high maintenance? And then we see flashbacks of Dorit being Dorit. We cut to her confessional. She says, it seems like when we first met, he had more patience. He could get over things. But now it seems like he can just be mean to me. So this is my theory from when they first met to how they got here. She was a PYT, he's still this older gent, can buy her everything in the world. PK, he created that monster. Because wasn't she from Connecticut before she started, acting like she was Luann from season 1? He was buying her Bentleys, giving her these extravagant birthday parties. This is what she was accustomed to now. He created that monster. And then I'm sure her being on Housewives didn't make it any better. And I'm sure now, we all know they're having undercover money issues. He's still trying to please her, keep up with the lifestyle. He's working, he's tired. And I feel like, she's still that high maintenance Dorit, and that's not what she used to be. So yeah, he's gonna have less and less patience for her. I can really see him divorcing her or vice versa in 2 years. The therapy session is going on, and Dorit is just really making it all about her. I saw the little shade PK threw at Dorit, saying that how, in a marriage, sometimes you just have to be wrong. But it's probably more hard for Dorit to do that. So at least it looked like that therapy session ended with them being a little closer. I'm not sure if that was for the camera, but PK was talking, trying to get through to Dorit. It looked like his eyes were getting a little teary-eyed. And she was like, oh, darling. And she embraces him. So I still give them 2 years, but we'll see. So next scene is the day of Kyle's event, and we're just going through a montage of all the ladies getting ready. Wow, so just everybody has a glam team now? Oh my God. Here go Teddy. Jesus Christ. We see Kyle in the car. She's headed to the event. I didn't even know she was going to be on it. Like when I was first watching, I made the loudest groan, y'all. I'm sure y'all did too. We're just tired of Teddy, but I see why she's here for Kyle. This is a very personal event to her. Of course, the people that's closest to her are going to be there. So we're not going to get rid of Teddy as long as Kyle is on this show. So they're on their way to pick up Morgan before they head to the event. And Kyle's telling us that, those are the two people that she talks to every day. It's so crazy because I thought Dorit and her were like this. But a friend explained to me that maybe Dorit and Kyle, maybe they just had like a couples friendship. And now that their couples are kind of like, they're both going through a little marriage issues. They're not as close. And then, with the whole Kathy thing as well. So maybe that's the dynamics in their friendship. But anywho, Morgan is here for the entire episode. And their relationship is just so weird. Because I'm like, this is clearly more than a friendship. This is like a very, very intimate friendship. Also, I think Kyle just likes being the queen bee in her group. And, Teddy is her Gretchen Wiener. She is completely subservient to Kyle. And then Morgan, it just seemed like her arm candy, her pussy pop. Morgan just seems like such a fish out of water. She looks a little uncomfortable. Like, it looks like she doesn't really get out that much. And like Kyle's just showing her the way. Like, where does she find her? They get to the venue. Morgan is doing sound check. Kyle is just enamored. She stopped her assistant mid-conversation to go watch her perform. Production, now I see what y'all doing. Like y'all highlighted the lyrics she's singing. You say I'm too young for you. You're scared that I'm too right for you. I see why Kyle is drawn to these lyrics. Y'all, they sit on that couch together as Kyle's trying to go through her speech. It looked like they about to kiss. What is going on? Like, Kyle, just let us know. Like, is that your girlfriend? Is that your girl on the side? Do you and Mauricio have an open marriage? I have a right to ask these questions because you decided to put this out there on reality television. You're telling us your business. So fast forward to everybody arriving to the event. We have some cameos. The morally corrupt Faye Resnick. Camille is there too. Kim is there, of course. All of Kyle's daughters. Everyone is there that's important to Kyle except for Mauricio, which that's a loud statement in front of everybody that Mauricio isn't there. Because this is a very, very personal event to Kyle. And if my partner had something like that, I would have to be there any means necessary. If I was Kyle, I would definitely feel some type of way. I'm sure she did. So we see Garcelle arrive, and I like the cheetah print suit she's wearing. Do y'all? She sees Teddy. We cut to her confessional. She's like, the gnat. The way she greets Teddy, like she's surprised to see her there. And then Teddy, of course, is going to be Teddy. She tells her, the gnat is back. Garcelle's face, she's like, we see Anne-Marie. I like what she's wearing. Her arms, you can see the veins in her biceps. She is ripped. Now, the only thing is, I feel like you need to proportion a little bit more when your arms are that big because it's making her head look smaller. So she can't wear a flat wig or flat hair. I'm not sure how she can fix the proportions, but it just looked like she got a small head. Maybe it's the camera angle. So we see Kyle and her daughters taking a picture together. They are all grown. Look at Portia. We met her at 3 years old, I think? Portia is 15. That is crazy. I think that's the only one of Kyle's daughters that I can recognize. The other three, they all look like triplets. Then we see Kyle greeting the mother of her deceased friend, and she's asking, is Mauricio there? She says, no, he had to work, he's out of town. Cut to her confessional, you could tell she was a little pissed that he couldn't make it. And she says, had this been a couple years ago, I would have definitely wanted him to be here. That is some coded ass language. Child, a little later, we see Anne-Marie, Crystal, and Garcelle talking, Anne-Marie out of nowhere just brings up Sutton's esophagus. Anne-Marie, if you want people on your side, you can't be going after Sutton. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I thought we were past this. But her thing is, she said there's no such thing as like a narrow esophagus. She said she's been reading her medical books, asking questions at work. She said if you have an eating disorder or if you regurgitate your food a lot, you know, the acid reflux, that's what causes what Sutton has. So she's implying that Sutton has an eating disorder. Of course, Crystal or Garcelle is going to go back and tell Sutton this, thereby creating a very interesting next episode. Crystal tells her, "You said eating disorder though." Anne-Marie's like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't say that. All I said was having a narrow esophagus isn't a medical diagnosis." All right, so the party's moving on. People are mixing and mingling. We see Garcelle. Like I said, she goes up to Sutton. She's like, "Girl." She tells Sutton in front of Dorit that Anne-Marie is coming for her and talking about her esophagus. The look on Dorit's face, though, because of Dorit's confessional, she says Garcelle loves striking a match, throwing on gasoline, and walking away. Sutton is like, she better stay the fuck away from me. Not tonight. Yeah, I mean, Garcelle knows what she's doing, and I thank her for it, because now, next episode is going to be a must-see. And here go Kyle's gay Oreo errand boy, who's now like a correspondent at E. I hate whenever I see him on camera. Then we see her interacting with Morgan. She's feeding her fruit. They acting like they're in a relationship. Dorit sees this and she's like, that's how rumors get started. And that's why I'm like, why is Kyle shocked that people think she's sleeping with a woman on the side while she's still married to Mauricio? It's because you're doing stuff like this. Dorit looks like she's starting to realize that Morgan took her place, but maybe she couldn't give Kyle what Morgan is giving her now. But then she says the last time, you know, her and Kyle hung out when it was just them was when she was with Mauricio. That's why I thought, well, maybe Kyle just always saw Dorit as like a couple's friend. Because she and Kyle are just a few of the ladies that are still married on the cast. Hell, for now though, they're married. So a little later, Kyle gives a very heartwarming speech about her friend, and then we see Morgan Wade performing. The way Kyle is looking at Morgan as she's performing, look like she is in love with her. We cut to her confessional, and she's just realizing that life is short, and she really just wants to be around people that make her happy. I feel like you realize that when someone really close to you passes, and I can relate to Kyle on that. Like, it really sets in that this life is short, and it's also unforgiving. So it makes you want to live on your terms and make sure you're happy living this life. She says, I don't want to have a wasted day spending time with people that don't appreciate me. And I feel that. I think this episode definitely highlighted that Kyle has evolved since we've seen her on season 1. Kyle seems like she's just laying it all out in this confessional. The only thing she hasn't said is she wants a divorce from Mauricio. Speaking of that, I'm starting to think in the preview of the season when we saw Mauricio and Kyle talking to all their daughters, maybe they are filing for separation or divorce and they're just keeping it under wraps for the show. I feel like they're going to make it a big reveal that they actually are separated. All right, the credits are rolling. We see the event was a success, and that is where the episode ends. This was a little cute episode. It was light. Look, the ratings was through the roof, like 1.1 million. My girls in the 90210 are killing it. And then Miami came afterward, and it was like 400,000. That is crazy. Basically a 700,000 drop when Miami come on. Again, I might just do another 3-episode review for Miami because I have a lot of videos to catch up on. I have Potomac. I have 2 episodes of Married to Medicine. I'm doing Basketball Wives, the season finale, as well as the reunion with Jiggly. She's coming back, just to let y'all know. And, you know, the Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion part 2. So that's my schedule for the week. Today is Sunday, so I have a lot on my plate for the week coming up. But yeah, y'all, let me know in the comments what you thought. With that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.